One thing that I just have to be thankful for this Thursday morning as I get ready to break camp is my stuff is dry. So opposed to waking up yesterday morning, Wednesday, in the parking lot, cold and soaked, and then Tuesday morning waking up to wet stuff as well from the rain overnight, it's nice to have dry things. And we're back on the PCT. It's just a little after 8, not quite 8:15. Yesterday was a good day just to get back on trail, to get by that fire closure. And I camped by water. I didn't really have a flat spot, but I camped by water, which is important to me because then I'm not carrying 4 or 5 liters of water. Yesterday was a great day though. I can't underestimate how awesome Keith is giving hikers rides from White Pass to Chinook Pass. And he's been doing that since Bishop Pass, he's been doing that since the town of Bishop, and he's been doing that since Kearsarge Pass, the town of Bishop and Independence. So I heard the 2 people I spent the night next to at the campsite talking about there might have been a lot of down today, and I think that just means we're going down into the valley. And I remember reading comments that depending upon which way the wind is blowing, the smoke can get pretty bad down in the valley. So we're about to find out, potentially, possibly, maybe. Government Meadow. In the fall of 1853, the people of the Longmere wagon train spent 2 days in this meadow, resting and preparing for their descent down the west side into the Puget Sound area. Erected August 1991 by OSA Troop 330. Falls Creek Burn. July 27th, 1988, a fire started in Windy Gap on the Pacific Crest Trail by loggers. By August 5th, 1988, the fire was under control by the Forest Service and Washington Correctional Crews. Total burn 3,000 plus acres. Boy Scout Troops 422, Eagle Project erected October 1989. Found somebody's sunglasses. And I'm breaking my new rule about not picking stuff up because they're a cool pair of sunglasses. And I haven't seen that many southbound hikers. I saw one today. I heard about another one that might have walked by my camp before I got up. But these most likely belong to a northbound hiker. So if I can give them back to them, that's cool. And if I can't, then I have a cool pair of sunglasses. I like them, so I'd want them back. Today's been a good day. I mean, it's cloudy right now. I'm literally walking in a cloud. But it turned out to be a really beautiful day. And I don't think I mentioned it yesterday, but last night, the trail taught me something. I reverted back to my old ways, not just on trail, but in life, of worrying about things I can't control. At the Cracker Barrel, there was a huge group of young kids, and, you know, they were talkative, but they weren't loud, so they were up past 9, but they went up to the building and sat around, and they came back down to their tents, and they weren't loud. They didn't keep me up at all. We were all crammed in there. But that's not the point. The point is, yesterday I realized I was sitting on the side of a ridge using my phone because I had cell phone service, and 3 people hiked by me, and I recognized the third one as part of that group. She camped right next to me, tented right next to me. We all camped right next to each other. But then I remembered reading a post that all 9 of them were looking for a ride. So they all hitched, and I was just concerned, like, oh man, I'm gonna end up stuck with 9 or 12 people in a tramily. And I might not get a spot, and it might be loud, but that didn't happen. They all walked by the water source that I camped at, and they were all really cool. And today I've seen 75% of them at least, and sat down and ate with them, and they talked to me. They talked to me at the water source. One of them I met in Oregon, and she was like one of the nicest people I met on trail. This will be her Triple Crown. So, you know, I was holding my experiences with other tramilies months ago against them, and that's unfair. And I can't absolve myself of my part in my experiences with the other tramilies in the beginning of the trail either. So the trail was just teaching me, don't worry about what you can't control. And it was important. The trail was also teaching me, or reteaching me, to let go of the past. You don't need to hold on to it any longer. It's too heavy, put it down. Now those chickens pop. Those look good. And there's a lot of them. I mean, that's about the size of my torso. So I just took 4 liters of water. There were 3-ish tent sites around that water source. One halfway down the Blue Blaze to get to it. And that one was probably flat enough and big enough, but there were also 4 huge blowdowns right next to it. So with all the trees that were still standing, I don't like those odds. And I'm not joking. You can't take that lightly. And then halfway between that site and the trail, there was a creaky tree. It was pretty tall. I don't know if that tree would fall and reach the tent site, but it was a bad omen for all the other trees. And then closer to the trail, there were 2, but they weren't flat at all. I have 4 liters of water, and about 0.6 there's a road. And far out comments say there's a lot of camping near it and on it, so that's what I'm hoping for, because the next tent site is 45 minutes from here, so a mile and a half. So I'd much rather go a half mile.